go. We've come into the shop. Done a little bit of a breakdown on the gear, how to set it up, everything you're going to need to be able to fish from the land using a drone. So got the brother Chris here. He's going to give us a understanding of how to set up the gear, what it looks like. This is the AEE fishing drone.
Put those legs down, brother.
Just like that.
So we've got the 4 props. We've got some that have a P on them.
Alright.
The other has a blank dome. You'll look at the drone. This one has a P.
Yep.
This one has a blank.
Right.
You chuck it on. That's not going to go. Spinning it the wrong way. Spinning it the right way. Once the motor spins, get that little tweak, finger tight.
Right.
This one, clockwise. Motor spins.
Yep.
Finger tight, man. We'll chuck on the other 2. Blank. Blank.
Yep. So you're matching
Motor
up.
spinning now, yeah.
There's a P there as well.
That's right, brother.
Very cool.
And there's a P on
Just like that.
that one. So that's where
Good
we're
to
going.
go.
So P is anti-clockwise.
Nice.
Blank is clockwise. Little finger tight. That's what you want. We've taken the drone out, legs out. Back of the drone is the boomerang, man. That's
Right.
where you go.
Okay.
Make sure that faces you. Face the water. Get the remote out. Get our release wires. Got a battery, bro. So we're gonna fold it over.
Yep.
When you look at it, you got the switch here. Big thing is to make sure that switch clicks real hard, real loud. Battery's going to go in. Big click.
Right. Gotcha.
Pushing on it, no movement. You got that big click, you're safe. Back of the drone boomerang, front of the drone.
Cool.
That's where the release mecha is, man. Big loop goes into the release, brother.
Here we go. Plug them in.
So just make sure that clip is clear of sand so you're not jamming up your mechanism.
Nice.
Put that in there. Always make sure everything's clear of the clips.
Small loop, that's where your line gets connected. So
Yep.
we're going to turn the drone on. So you're going to click it.
Right.
That tells you how much battery you got.
Okay. Okay.
So when you want to turn it on, you click it and hold. You're going to get the flash.
Okay.
You get a really cool sound. That's when the drone turns on. We're going to come up to the remote now. And that's the on button for the remote.
Right.
We're going to slide that across. We're going to let it warm up. It'll do its thing. We're inside right now, so it's not going to be too happy about getting that compass calibration.
Yep.
When you calibrate the compass, when you calibrate the drone, you don't want to do it inside. You don't want to do it next to a structure.
Of course. Yep.
Stay away from your car. Don't do it under a tree. You don't want it landing in some branches.
That's right. Yep.
So we'll do it out on the beach. Nothing's in the way. Everything's good.
Right. So what he's talking about is when you're putting this together and when you're starting to do the setting up home base for it, you're going to see the dance he referred to earlier. But when you're setting up home base for that, you want to make sure that there's a really open place because that's where the drone is going to come back and land. Okay.
This is a great opportunity right now to see what you don't want to see.
Right.
You've got no connections to GPS satellites,
Right,
and
okay.
you've got no connections to compass field.
Right.
This is what happens
Yep.
when you try and calibrate it inside,
Yep.
too close to a structure or too close to anything metallic. Don't touch the toggle switches.
So-
So you've got your speed and essentially your flying pattern.
Yep.
These 2 toggle switches, they stay in. This gives you your height.
Yep.
That's how you go up and down.
Right. Okay.
This one gives you your forward and reverse motion. If you want to turn the drone when you're taking off, if you want to send it out
Yep.
and you want to turn,
Yep.
use this one.
Gotcha.
If you want to swing the drone, use this one. 100% I recommend don't use the levers. Get your hands. So you watch my hand now.
Yep.
You're down on the barrel, man. You move
Okay.
that barrel.
So that's just to make sure that you're going dead straight. You're not going to get
100%.
your drone
You're not
going the
gonna
wrong
turn
direction. Okay,
It's
cool.
not going to find weird angles.
Cool
none
little
of that.
tip there.
As the lights are now, because we're inside, we don't have compass field.
Yep.
Too much magnetic interference. It's not going to line up. But when you want to calibrate the drone, you're going to calibrate the compass, get your GPS going, all of that scenario.
Yep.
Left stick.
Yep.
You're going to pull that straight down. This button here, that's the return to home button.
Okay.
You're going to push that quickly.
Yep.
Until it says Calibrate Compass.
Right.
We're going to do that now.
Yep.
There you go. Because we're inside and we don't have connections to the GPS.
Yep.
It took a little longer than it should have. Normally, once you get that, this is special. The D should never be red if you're going to fly it out.
Right.
Make sure it's green, man. That's 100%.
Green go, red stop, eh?
100%.
Okay,
Green
cool.
Go, red don't.
Yep, nice.
This won't say normal when you're outside. This will say GPS.
Okay,
That's
cool.
when you're safe. That's when the fun stuff happens,
Cool,
man.
nice.
Once you've got all this happening, you're going to see this light flashing.
Yep.
You're pointing toward the beach. This part here, this is pointing toward me. This
Right.
is the back of the drone.
Gotcha,
The
cool.
release clip is the front of the drone. So you can grab hold. What you want to do is keep an eye on the boomerang, that green light.
Yep.
These
So-
lights at the moment are going to flash yellow because we're not connected. We're inside. This is...
Yep. And that boomerang right now is flashing.
Yep.
But that's going to change in a second, eh? So
It will
let's...
do. Once I've done a full rotation, it'll
Yep.
tell me once I've gone all the way around.
Yep.
So I'm going to go around now. Just cruise around. It's all good.
Right, right.
So now it's gone solid.
Okay. Nice.
That tells me I've done one full rotation.
Yep.
The lights, when you are in GPS mode, they're going to do what they're doing now. They're
Right.
flashing green.
Gotcha, and that's on
So
both
now-
sides. Yep. There you go.
We're going to fold it down. So
Right.
the battery's toward me. Lights are toward me. Pellets are away.
Yep.
Lights are flashing. I'm going to do... It's all good. We're going to get there. Green light on top has gone solid, so I've done the full rotation.
Yep.
It's telling me it's okay. Because we're inside right now and it doesn't have GPS,
Those are yellow.
they're yellow.
Right.
Do not fly yellow.
Right. Cool.
100%.
So they will be green if it's all set up and
That's
ready
right,
to go.
bro. Yeah, if we're outside,
Yep.
so right now it's again compass field. It's a bit grumpy that it's inside. It
Yep.
wants to have GPS satellites.
Yep.
Can't find them. Outside, 100% solid green.
Yep.
Waiting.
And so I'll cut to some footage of what it looked like when we were out at the beach. But yeah, this is a good breakdown so far.
Every time you send it out,
Yep.
you don't have to calibrate. If you move down the beach, please do recalibrate the drone.
Gotcha. Okay.
Recalibrate the compass, man. Like if you move 500 meters down the beach,
Yep.
and you don't recalibrate, your drone's going to land at the last place you were.
Yep.
So
Gotcha.
make sure every time you go fishing, you calibrate your new spot.
Yep.
If you
Gotcha.
move on the day you're fishing, recalibrate.
Cool.
So now we're going to talk about the setup we had today. This was one of them, Fin-Nor 9.5. We also have the Fin-Nor 10.500. This one takes 850 meters of 60 pound braid.
Yep.
We're on a 24 kilo 4-piece rod.
Yep.
The beauty of that is for people that want to jump in caravans, camper vans, that sort of scenario, this rod breaks down to that big.
Okay. Okay.
So it sits inside that bag. The way we set up the line, we're on a bimini twist
Yep.
on the braid. We chuck in a swivel. There's a bead on there. You can pull that off. The whole thing breaks down. Chuck it back in the bag. You've got a package that you can just slip into the back of your car.
Nice.
Well, the 9500, this rod and reel set that I've got right here, this takes approximately 850 meters.
Yep.
And the 10.5 around about 950.
Yep. And that's 60 pound braid?
That's 60 pound braid.
Yep.
Yeah, it's spectral braid, so it's very, very strong. The braking strain is actually more than what it's rated to. Absolutely awesome.
How much drag on that reel, bro? Just so that people that may want to tutu with kingfish, big snapper, whatever the case may be.
That's the craziest thing about these reels, dude. Like,
Yep.
they're 31, 32 kilos of drag.
Right. Now, I'm just being cheeky right now because you already know. If you watch these videos, you already know how good the Fin-Nor Offshore setup is. So that's why we use it. Huge line capacity, huge drag, And yeah, it's got a little bit of weight to it, but it's a comfortable reel to use. They're bulletproof. I got my first one 7 years ago, might even be 8 years ago now, and it is still looking after me. And you've seen how rough I can be on the rocks, so if it looks after me, it'll look after anybody. So that's what we're using on the rods and reels. Is what we use at the beach today. On a nice, let's say a nice typical day, what can people expect to get out of their setup?
Our new drone, it goes 1,000 meters. You don't need to go that far.
Yep.
Good wind, typical day. You're going to get 4 or 5 sets.
Easy. Nice.
And if you do what I do, you've got a couple setups. So you're going to run a 500 set, a 150 set. It's that age-old saying: fish your feet. We can get 6 or 7 sets.
Nice.
It's all depending on how far you're going.
And again, you can get spare batteries and all of that sort of stuff if you're wanting to make sure you can fish throughout the day. Another little tip that I've seen people doing is grabbing your typical dropper rigs or ledger rigs, your favorite surf casting rig, whatever your favorite rig is. You can take those, and if you're not going to use the rig we're about to show you shortly, which is the rig that comes standard with these setups, then you can just cast your favorite rig straight off the beach anyway. Now that we've started to open up that conversation, let's look at the rig that comes with these drones, brother. Let's get that going.
We've got our hook section. You've got 2 lots of 6 hooks.
Yep.
We've got our trace rack, again, 2 lots of 6 hooks. On the hook section, it's going to run out. That's going to take out 6 hooks. You've got 2 of those on the spool. You're going to start with that clip.
Yep.
That clip will hook onto your main line on your reel.
Yep. So I'm the rod.
You
It's
are
the rod here. Yep.
That's 1.1 meters from you to this first stop.
Yep.
There's 30 centimeters between these 2 stops.
Yep.
I'm going to take a trace off here. So I've got the hook, target hooks, wire appendage, no gut hooks, no juvenile fish.
Nice.
We're going to inline swivel clip. I'm going to grab the line there.
Yep.
I'm going to grab a line there that's getting close. We'll slide in. I'll pull.
Right.
We're in there. This runs as a long line. So when you send it out, that's why you want that tension on the line. That's
Nice.
why you want to keep hold of it and make sure when you drop the hooks, you want to keep that tension, man. When the fish runs along, it's going to have that hook in the corner of its mouth.
Mm-hmm.
As it slides down, that hook's going to turn and it's going to bite. That's what's going to set the hook. You don't
Nice.
strike on these. The hook strikes on its own.
Yep. Self-setting hooks, mate.
You want to take it off, same again. Roll under.
Yep.
Over.
Cool.
Under, over and pull.
So
we've
we've
done
done.
the trace rack.
Yep.
We've done our hook section.
Yep.
We've got our sinkers. Well,
Yep.
we've done our rod and reel. You get your beach spike in the package as well.
Right. Cool.
So when we have our drone and we turn it upside down,
Yep.
we've got our Newton 3 release mechanism. Big loop connects to the drone.
Right.
Right now we'll just lay that upside down. We've got our hook section. Open it up. That connects on there.
Yep.
First breakaway sinker. Slide that on.
All right.
Second breakaway sinker. These sinkers we actually have custom made because they have high tensile wire that doesn't let go as easily as standard breakout sinkers.
Right.
So we have 2 of those on that loop. That gets locked up. That's pointing toward the water. Sinkers are sitting out.
Cool.
And when you run this out, we're going to snake it down the beach.
Right.
Hook on the traces, chuck on bait. The release is set to 1.1 kilos. You've got 6 hooks, 6 ounces of weight. It's a very simple, very safe release.
Okay. Nice.
Take off slowly, get that line out. It's going to be magical. You're going to love what you've got. When you're finished, you got to turn off the drone. Same as turning it on. Quick press and hold. You get the flash.
Yep.
You get the flash.
Cool.
Turns off. Don't store the drone with the battery inside it.
Right. Okay.
So we're going to show you now, like, you can take those off.
Cool.
Same as putting them on, they only go one way. I missed that one. That's a good one. Again, release. With this drone, we take out 6 hooks.
Yep.
You're looking 6 reasonably decent sized baits and 6 ounces of weight.
Yep.
That's far under what the drone is capable of taking.
Yep.
But the whole idea with the system that we have with this, we've minimized the weight, we've reduced the amount of line, and we've made it so that you're not taking out too much weight, you don't have to go too high, we've shortened the line. It's the optimal package that can do the most sets on the smallest amount of batteries.
Yep.
That you can have the most fun.
Nice. Yep, let's catch what you're doing there.
So this is the legs. So on this model, the old model, sorry, I've got this one here. It's a bit upset because I've turned the drone off and not told that one I'm turning it off. So we'll turn that one off now.
Gotcha.
Right now, dropping the legs. Old model, there was a few that had electric legs.
Yep.
Now it's all manual legs.
Yep.
Again,
Less motors to worry about, sand,
keeps
all that.
the weight down, just makes everything more cement. So
Perfect.
you'll see here, button, push the button, drop the leg.
Cool. Yeah.
When you put your drone away,
Yep.
please do not store your drone with the battery inside it.
Gotcha.
Always remove the battery. 2 ways to do it. Slide that, pull that,
Yep.
or slide that, push that.
Gotcha.
For those that are new to it, haven't seen it, I'll pull this out of the box again. It's another thing to look at. We have our battery,
Yep.
charger. The charger's got 2 plugs.
Yep.
One goes to the remote, one goes to the battery.
Cool.
You will notice on the battery it's offset. It can only go one direction. That's the way it goes. Terminal's down. Clicks
Primo.
in.
Primo.
So once you get used to it, it goes in really clean. Just, you can chuck a spare battery down here, or a spare battery down there. Chuck it in. It's all good.
Don't forget, hit the subscribe button and follow us on Paul's Fishing Systems for more fishing videos.